No, I'm worried about America. Can we afford to continue one-party rule, where inflation has taken entire months of salary? I'm worried about Americans. Can they afford their electricity costs that are now 5 times before, and 20 million Americans can't pay it today? I'm worried about Americans between the ages of 18 and 45, that 300 will die today because the Democrats have opened up this border, have empowered the cartels, and now bring the poison from China in, killing Americans. I'm worried about today that can we afford this lost learning, these kids that are left behind, and when parents simply want to go to a kid's school board meeting that a DOJ would call them terrorists. I'm worried about today that you have no check and balance, that we do not know what happened in those last days of Afghanistan that took 13 Gold Star families. I'm worried about today that will tomorrow be better. But in 40 days, we can make that difference. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. You know, I have a great deal of trust in Governor DeSantis. I watched his leadership here in the House, and I'm watching his leadership at a crisis time in the nation of how he led Florida. I have no concerns of their ability to be able to carry out an election. I have no concerns about the idea of what he's prepared ahead of time to get in there to help those citizens, but we'll do anything in our power to help them as well. Yes, sir. Well, I think our dollars should go further. We should always be able to, the most important thing in the military is to make sure you have the most advanced so you never have to use it. And I've watched what has happened under the Biden-Obama administration before, the hypersonics that China and Russia pulled ahead of us. It's a real concern. I'm concerned about our troops on the front line. Do they have the resources that they need to protect them? So we have a lot of people who served in the military right behind me, and I think they know what's best and the ability to make sure we're protected for a future that America is still the strongest and will never have to go to war because of our strength. Yes, ma'am. You know, in our commitment to America, we talk clearly about we're here to protect the children and the mother. It's very clear about that. What I'm very concerned about is how drastic the Democrats have gone, how extreme. They no longer support the Hyde Amendment. They will simply say, with tax dollars, you would not use it for abortion. President Biden, in all of his 40 years of office here, supported the Hyde Amendment. But now they're so extreme, they'll go all the way to have an abortion at birth. At birth. I get real concerned by that. Yes, ma'am. Look, we're not going to predetermine what happens. The number one promise we make to the American public is we're going to get to the bottom of the truth, and we'll let the truth take us to wherever it goes, and we'll uphold the law whatever we need to do. Yes, ma'am. The one thing, we just went through 4 years of watching a political impeachment. We've watched 4 years of what we learned even today, that Adam Schiff first lies to the American public. Now we find out he went to freshmen, to those Democrats, to write that article because they knew Nancy Pelosi would move for impeachment. It was all predetermined. We will uphold the law. We will not play politics with it, but we'll do whatever in the nature that the rules and facts take us to. Last question.